Hey guys, welcome back to Kin Mechanic. Today I'm going to be changing the oil in my mom's 2008 Sienna. So here are some of the things you're going to need for your job. Number 1, gloves. Number 2, some sort of oil pan. Number 3, a funnel. Number 4, ratchet. And number 5 is a metric socket set. Some oil, an owner's manual, and an oil filter. This sort of car is really low clearance, so we're going to need to jack it up before we do anything on it. For safety, before jacking up any vehicle, you need to put chocks behind your tires. To do it, just put them here. Make sure they're tight there. Okay. And for the second one, you're going to do the same exact thing, just on the other side. Now we are ready to jack up the car. To jack up your car, you're going to need to find a sturdy part of the frame here. Okay, that's pretty sturdy there. On this vehicle, this is a good place to jack up the car, as you can see. It's time to jack up the car. For now, it is quite easy. It's starting to get harder, and it's probably good enough. So, let's go. You should probably do this too, but I never trust just the jack, so I'm going to use a jack stand while I'm working under the car. So if the car ends up falling, it'll land on the jack stand, not me. The owner's manual says to use 5W30 oil, but I've asked around, and apparently it is okay to use 0W20, and it gives you better gas mileage. So we're about to get dirty, so I'm going to put on my gloves. Okay, we are ready to do the job. So to help the oil drain out faster, I'm going to remove the oil cap now. So here is the oil cap, right here. Alright, so let's remove this. Make sure you put the oil cap nearby so you don't forget to put it back on. So now we're going to get under the car and drain out the oil. So there are 2 things we're going to need to take off before we can do this. So the first one, this is the oil plug, and it's a 14mm bolt. So the other thing, just across from the oil plug, is the oil filter, which is going to need a special tool. Before loosening the drain plug, I'm going to need to put the oil pan just under it to catch the oil. You're going to take your ratchet here, and you're going to put it just on. Alright, so we are ready to loosen it with just our hands. Be ready, you are going to get oil maybe all over you, but hopefully not. Hopefully just on your hands. So let's loosen it. Oil's going to come shooting out. And you're going to get your hand out. I'm going to let all this oil drain into the pan before the next step. So, as you can see, there's pretty much no more stream coming out. So, it is all drained out now. So the next thing we're going to do is take the oil filter out. On this car, it's a paper filter, so it's really annoying to get the metal housing out. Remember when I showed you the special tool you'll needed to get the oil filter off? Now I have it in place on top of the oil filter housing. My filter tool takes a 27mm socket, so most of these can be pretty tight, but once you force it on, you can really get it. And then it's hard to turn, but you will get it. Now I'm going to move my oil pan. You're going to need to move the oil pan to right under the cap you just loosened. So you're going to loosen it until it falls right into the pan. very close now. Now I'm just going to use my fingers. And I'm just going to let it drain for a while. You might want to use gloves because, yeah. While we wait for the oil to drain, if there's anything you need help with for your car that you need to do, and you just can't find it on the internet, feel free to go in the comments down below and put that thing that you need help with, and I will make the video. So we gotta clean up and replace the oil filter next. So now we are going to get our oil filter housing cleaned up. Now I'm going to pull this old oil filter out of the housing. Okay, so this new oil filter box has a new O-ring and a new paper filter. So the old O-ring is quite easy to get off with a screwdriver. You're just going to want to put it in here, stretch it, and with your other fingers, while it's still stretched out, pull off. So the little O-ring is a little complicated. It goes under here. To get the little O-ring out, I had to put it on my vise. Check out my other videos on my channel for one video, which is the Subaru Outback oil change, and just some other videos that just might be helpful. This oil filter housing will fit your 3/8 inch drive ratchet. Just like before, I'm going to use my screwdriver, and I'm going to pop my O-ring out. Now we are going to put our new O-rings in. Make sure they are wet with oil first. So dip your finger in to the new oil and wet the little O-ring first with it. So now, once you've wet it with your oil, put it back on. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the big O-ring. Flip it over, and you're ready to put it in. Time to get it wet with oil. Now it is time to put the new big O-ring on. You may have some struggles with it, and I'm sure 2 people would make it 10 times easier, but it is definitely doable with just you, or with just one person. You're going to need to get it down all the way to here. Now we're going to put our new paper filter into our housing. Not very hard. We're going to flip this over and put this in. Whoops. Screw it on tight. Now tighten it even tighter. Alright, now we are going to get our new filter in place. Now we're just going to get it hand tight. Alright, remember that special tool I showed you twice before? Put that on. Alright, so you are going to get your 27mm ratchet, get it on there, and tighten it. So now I'm going to put a new gasket on the oil plug. Just like the O-rings, I'm going to get the gasket wet. So now we are going to put the gasket on the oil plug back where it was before. Be warned that it is very annoying to get the ratchet on the bolt. Alright, that's pretty tight. Alright, we are ready to add the oil. Alright, so back to the oil cap place. I'm going to get my funnel and I'm going to put it right in here. I'll be right back. Now that I have my funnel, by the way, this one is kind of a pain, so I'm going to need to hold it right here, or else I'll get oil spilled everywhere. Put it right in. And we already did the other quarts before, just so you don't have to watch me doing that. And once it is all drained, wait a few seconds for it to get all the way down. And it's probably good now. Let the few last drops go in there. So, what you're gonna need to do is pull out the dipstick, which is this. It does have a little bit of resistance at first, but it'll come eventually. And it's a little hard to see on camera, but from what I can see, we are almost there. So I just need to add a tiny bit more, and we will be at the second hole, which is full. All right, so let's add the last bit. Alright, so I added the last bit. I checked the dipstick and it was good. So we are done with our job. Don't forget to put this back on, the oil cap. Get it hand tight, and we are pretty much good. Alright guys, one more thing, and then we will 100% be done with the job. So with the car off, hold down the odometer and turn the key twice. Now, there are some dashes there. It'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 0, and that's how you reset the maintenance light. So now I'm going to start my car and you will see that the maintenance light is off. Alright, thank you for watching this video and goodbye!